Good evening, guys. How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Let's see here. All right, so tonight I decided I'm going to play something different. Minecraft is still on the plan, but I don't know. I'm just feeling a slump lately. I think ever since Zomboid, I've just been in this kind of slump, and I'm just not sure what to play to get out of it. So, I thought, well, I've got some old games that I've got on my list. I've got plenty of games on my Steam list that I just have never played. And so yeah. So the plan is tonight we're going to play What Remains of Edith Finch. I've had this game for a while, never played it before, and I thought this would be a good time to play it. I almost played it back in November, actually, and something else came up and I didn't play it. So that's going to be the plan for tonight, and then if there's time left over, if there's extra time on the stream, then we'll go to Minecraft. We'll do some Project Ozone. But I figure for now, maybe that's what I need to get me out of my slump, is to go through the stuff that's on my Steam list that's there, but I haven't played it. There's a lot. So, and maybe some of these like shorter ones, and I'm not sure how long What Remains of Edith Finch is, but, I don't expect it to be a 40-hour game by any stretch. I expect it to be maybe a few hours at best. So, that's what we're gonna do. So that's what we're gonna play. Got a good opening. I can't play the piano. By what remains of... I guess that's what remains. Bye. Leaving the title behind. Well, here goes. Can I make some adjustments here? Oh, that's fine. Nope, let's go back to that. Let me know if it's too loud. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet, of course. I'll try my best to, sensitivity felt really low, but it never seems to matter for the head. It looks nice. I can't move. Oh! I was supposed to look down. Title.
Oh, a lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning with the house.
Okay. Let me make sure. Screen window. I assume it's gonna have subtitles, right?
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Yeah, it's bent inward.
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Milton. Oh. I've got binocular. I've got bionic vision. Woot, woot, woot. Guess I can't run. I can only. This is running.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Okay, I am gonna turn it up just a smidge. Yeah, oh yeah, I could up the volume, game volume a bit. Do it like there. She talks very quietly, which I wasn't expecting.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Okay. Does that sound good, or does that need to go up a bit more? I have a full body. That almost never happens. Oh, I like the mailbox. Orca's Island Gazette. Oh yeah, I guess we are on
I
an.
haven't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh. Yeah, I guess we are on an island because we came here on a ferry, right? So I'm going back to my brother Lewis's funeral. Oh. Oops. Sorry.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Oh.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Hey, Dark Omen. Haven't I played this? No, I haven't played this. I've had this in my Steam list for an age, but I've never played it. Finches. I kind of want to go down there. I'm already off trail. No, I played that one game. I think this was strictly on YouTube, though. I played Vanishing of Ethan Carter. But yeah, I've never played this one.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Apparently we're
But
not.
now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
No, I saw this movie. I watched, what was it? Like I say, I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Well, no, I didn't mention this, or did I? A couple of weeks ago, I watched the newer Blair Witch. Actually, it was pretty good. I mean, for a Blair Witch movie, it was actually pretty good. So just thinking Quiet Forest.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Well, I can see how someone might disappear in this house. That does not look like a house that... Oh, I guess I could have got here either direction. Yeah, my binocular vision. Now I'm gonna go back. That is a very unconventional house. That is a house that Pee-wee moved. Oh hi. That is a house that Pee-wee moved into. Well, the woods must not be that quiet if there's a deer up here.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
All the roads. Oh, I got an achievement for that. Probably because I came back. Right, so it's gonna reward me for doubling back. Alright, fine. So what's the story so far? I don't know. We're on an island, I guess. It seems like this, whoever we are, inherited this house. She had a brother that, like, at 4 years of age, vanished, apparently. And I guess she's inherited the house, and that's all I know about it so far. And I guess she's come back to it after all these years or something. Yes, dear note for the loud music and parties. They get rowdy. It's just the most unconventional. Do I have like a flashlight or something? Probably not yet. Oh, that's one of the missing posters. It's in the water there. Ugh. There's another missing poster.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
Okay. So, I mean, the brother's name... Maybe I'm Edith Finch. I mean, we're the Finches, right? The game's definitely rewarding me for looking at everything, so...
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Structurally unsound would be the words I'd use. Maybe tricky to find a bathroom. Yeah, there's like the missing poster for her brothers. Milton Finch. See that? There's a lot of missing posters around here. I'm guessing they were like whoever owned this place was like an eccentric builder or something.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
17. So she inherited the house at 17? Okay, if she's inheriting a house at 17, I imagine her parents must be gone. Engines. Doggy flap. Recycle bins. Yeah, Orcas Island.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Well, I guess the front door must have been locked. That's that.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Is the volume's good? Ooh, cosmic cuisine. Northern chef, raw and found. This is all about like cooking stuff. The pleasures of Japanese cooking. Flour, salt, water, yeast. Pacific pantry. Wait, there's 2 copies of the same book. Flour, salt, water, yeast. Flour, salt, water, yeast. A Viking belly. The heck? Why? Not gonna get an explanation about that? No wistful stories on the tennis ball hanging from the garage ceiling and why it upset the dog? I don't know.
For the first time in years,
Nope, we're leaving it at that. First time in years. Alright.
I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Edith, Eddie, Lewis, and Dawn. Wait, which one's Edith? Is she Edith? I mean, she looks like she'd be an Edith, but I'm guessing because what remains of Edith Finch? That's gotta be us, right? Or maybe it's her. Could be like a story about her. Said the dragon killed her husband, right? In loving memory, Lewis Finch. From December 27th, 1988 to...
2 years ho. Not calling you a ho, just saying, never mind.
Thank you for the tier 2. 22 months up. 2 more months and you'll be there. So November 21st, 2010. Beloved brother Edith, son of Dawn, great-grandson to Eddie. Great-grandson to wait, what? Great-grandson to Eddie. Oh, she's Eddie. Oh, I guess I didn't think about that. There's only 4 people in the picture, and there's 4 names. So, Grandma is Eddie, or I guess great-grandma. Okay, so we must be Edith then. Alright.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Fucking cat. We ate nothing but salmon because of that cat. Ooh. I'm legit curious if this is a real recipe. Looks good. Oh, we got a water filter? I'm gonna like take everything in. I'm just gonna...
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
The Imperial Palace. They just left everything, though. That's the other thing. When they left, they left. I mean, nothing's packed up. Dishes are just stacked. That's a lot of tuna. They're going to is how that would smell. Well, I'm sure the canned tuna, the canned fish should be fine. But yeah. Alright, well, let's...
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Okay.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
So they definitely left in a hurry. For whatever reason. Oh yeah, there's Grandma's wheelchair, an oxygen tank.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Apparently Grandma used chopsticks. She didn't need to be in a fucking... She didn't need to be in the nursing home. She was using chopsticks. Look at that. Well, those iPhone, iPod player things. I mean the Chinese food, you mean? Looks like it's, well, except for those noodles that were on the plate, yeah, I guess.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Ooh. Oh, look at that view, though. I call it Orca's Island, but I guess it's Orca's Island, like the whale.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Sank? The house, the original house sank? God, they have a lot of books. There are a lot of books in here, but I guess if you're on an island, you're not gonna have much else to do. Is that Grandpa? Go in the basement, I guess.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
So he built the house and he built a music box. I can see maybe he was a very much a dude that liked to tweak stuff. So they left the house November 2010 as well. So that's... So it was the same month after the brother died, then.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
That door is insulation foamed shut. What? Okay, I want the story about that. Can we talk about that?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
So maybe they never... Well, it did say, like, oh, it seemed like the house just swallowed him up. So maybe they never found the... Fuck me, that's a lot of books.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
What's Mom hiding in the basement? Well, this house is like 90% books.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Her name's Edie. Oh, so Mom sealed up the bedrooms. Wait, so why did Mom seal up the bedrooms? What? Yeah, look, Ellie. Yeah, Amazon did fucking stop by. Look at this. There's just books. Books freaking everywhere. What the heck is going on in that photo? Oh, she like got maybe one of those like little animal snouts on, I guess. Wait. These are just stock photos, right? The family just bought like stock photos. Didn't even take them out of the picture frames. See if you can match too. Is that Pappy? Oh, I guess we're gonna find out.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Of course his name was Odin. Why wouldn't it be? Barbara. 1944 to 1960. Wait, what? Oh, I can go up to
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Oh, I can actually see in the rooms. What is that in the corner? What the shit? Looks like maybe the little girl's wearing like a little party dress or ballerina dress, but what the hell is above her? Okay.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Oh, I bet it was like a cardboard cutout of Bigfoot then. That's probably what it was. Barbara Finch. Okay, well, let's go back downstairs because maybe we can check out through that peephole. In your own time. Oh, I just noticed that. One of those assistant chairs. Yeah, I can't look through.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
What? That's a guy. A lot of bugs. They like their bugs. So what do we have here? Princess and mouse motif? Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
So did like everyone in this house, did they... Wait. 37 to 47. She was literally 10 years old. She died when she was 10. So does everyone in this house, like, get their own room and then that's just their room forever?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Was she, like... Was Mom just, like, trying to preserve rooms or something?
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
That's where my key works.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
What? This shit.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Milton like tea sets, I guess.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Oh. It's in her closet. Guess I'm not going back the way I came. Is that a whistle?
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Yeah, this is the one that had the mouse motif. Wait. She's got owl, an owl whistle, an owl mask, but she kept mice.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Oh, nice. So there was like a little maze inside the drawer. The Magic Mountain. Bedbug. Call of the Wild. Nice jellyfish plush.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh no.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Don't eat the hamster.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Eat the fish. Go eat the fish. Eat the fish, eat the fish, eat the fish.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
What the heck is going on? So why is she like...
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
This is eerie. We're gonna drink some toilet water? Oh no, she's not gonna get into the cabinet.
I kept eating and eating.
Minty? Oh, there's no treats in the toilet bowl. Don't eat the holly! You literally cannot eat the holly. No, you didn't.
I ate a lot of things that night.
They're toxic, aren't they? Holly's toxic, isn't it?
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Maybe those berries are... Maybe holly berries make you a cat. Oh, I can jump. Ooh.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
This is a trip.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
All right, well. Come here, bird. Damn it. Come on. Quit messing with me here. I'm hungry, apparently.
And I almost got her.
I'm gonna ruin somebody's fucking tea party. Come here, you little turd.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Oops. Ugh.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up,
And fell.
and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Oh. I can control my direction. Ooh, here we go. Oh, no.
Rabbits.
Oh, there. Gotcha, you bastard.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
A cow? Can we get a cow? Man, I'm gonna go eat me some holly berries, because apparently this is...
A mama rabbit.
Apparently this gives you on the best, like, trip ever.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Well, not sure a land shark's could... Okay. Sure. Land shark. Ma'am, open the door, please.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Oh, I lost her.
I grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Then I was Nemo. Oh no. Oh Lord, what is this? Oh God, I'm an octopus. I think. Feels like I'm playing Octodad again.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
How far can I?
was big, but I moved real quiet.
All right. Stars reading there are more so to children.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Belly with a rusty razor, his belly with a rusty razor, his belly with a rusty razor.
Oh. That's a tasty one. This is outside. Come here.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Well, that's a turd, child. Oh, we're coming out of a toilet. Ah.
I got closer and closer.
We're back in my room. We're literally
all of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again.
The
I
monster.
held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Okay. Oh wow, we have a big family to go through. Alright. You fucking cat.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Maybe holly berries are more poisonous than the berries. Oh, there's like an old tree house out there.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
I mean, how much time do you want me to spend here? Oh, it's just a picture. She has pictures. One of these things is not like the other. Oh, wait, they have candles in them. Oh, you want to bet they're like, oh, look, they are. Lurpy. Rob. Wait, that's Burpy. Burpy, Lurpy, Purply. Then there's just Rob, who's a lizard, apparently. Looks like a crested gecko. An owl. Zerpy. Does it say Derpy? Derpy. No visible name on this one. Finches. A falling flock. Water black, fury. What was the snake's name? Bob. The snake was Bob. Oh, Hollyberry. The family ain't gonna off themselves, or will they? How you doing? I have no idea really what's going on either.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Apparently at some point Mom decided to start sealing off rooms, and from what it seems like, everyone had their own room in this family. So then
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
oh, that's the... I think that's Lewis's room, right? That's the one we got in here with. Pills.
Her room was like a museum.
Sven, Eddie.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Ouch.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
So that's what happened to the old house.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
He's got the creepiest smile. Okay, how do I...
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Alright, well, that was Odin. Odin Finch joining the great majority. And he had a beard to rival Edith, Milton, Lewis. Oh, wow. Molly, Barbara, Calvin, Sam, Walter, Dawn, Gus. My Friend Bigfoot? No, that's the movie. Random Junk. Weird America, The Finches. Edith Jr. Lake Trip. Sam Photo War. Conspiracy Now.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
72-year-old woman refused to evacuate because of a little forest fire. Go Edie.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Oh man, beneath the Finch house. Win a family day out to Druid World. Ah, Druid World. That's the true family vacation spot.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Well, that's the dragon in the lake outside. Dragon kills Finch. Oh.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Holy crap, the shag on this rug. That is some serious shag on the rug. I like how they have a chair that gets you up the stairs, but when it comes to the shower, it's just a fucking lawn chair.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Seriously. The non-functioning mirrors. There's a Secret in the Bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch. If it's anything like the last...
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Clever.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Wow. Like all these rooms are linked together in very weird ways. Captured. The Secret Lives of War Photographers. Oh, so he was like the photographer of the family. That just looks like someone's up there. Command center. Oh, that's so cool.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
This is like a little clubhouse in your bedroom. Oh, that's fucking amazing.
And that he never talked about him.
Yeah, because there's two beds, just different.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
That was some impressive shag in there. I broke my
My
foot.
brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Oh god, is he
I
gonna...
think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Oh no. I can see where this is going.
Sam, Calvin, dinner's ready.
Ooh, dinner.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
No. We're having SpaghettiOs.
I told him going around was impossible.
I want my SpaghettiOs. Alright, well, fine. We gotta go over the top, because if we do, become the legendary hero Inside Out Boy.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
God, I remember doing this
And
as a
maybe
kid.
he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Oh god.
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oh lord. Oh god, he actually did it.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I think many of us tried to do that. I always remember on the school playground trying to go up over the bar, and the teachers would be like, "Stop doing that." Goodness.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Just roped it off.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Well, the room is entirely split down the middle. Definitely one heck of a eccentric family. Christ.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
I can see what they're talking about when she said her brother felt like it was just swallowed up by the house. I can see how that happens now. Tried one time on a swing that was not bolted. Oh god. Swing that wasn't bolted to the ground. I could get out here if I wanted.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
My friend Bigfoot. She even had her own doll. Swan Lake.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Yeah, imagine being a child star goes one of two ways. You know, you're not a child star anymore, so you either get out of the business or you want to stay in the business, but nobody wants you because you're not the child star anymore.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
So the Crypt Keeper.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
So that's how we get in.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Can they use... This is so Halloween. It's Halloween.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Fuck. It's fucking awesome though. I like it.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
There's the table song.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Bam! It's him.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Good, the Halloween music's back. Must be Halloween. Yeah. I guess we can see in one of the panels next to us, he's under the bed. Take that. Are we giving away apples on Halloween? What the fuck? This family deserves everything that happens to it. That's dangerous. Come here. Beat the shit out of you, kid.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
I'll just clobber the fuck out of him. Well, we know the secret passage. Gotta hit Boppo. Momentum on that. I mean, I know there's a killer after me, but...
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Yeah, I gotta get my frustration out first. You'll never hear me coming.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
I guess that was her boyfriend, right?
Moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Clobber the shit out of him. It's gonna be her boyfriend. He came back to, like...
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
My pizza!
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
No.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
That was pretty cool, actually. That was actually really cool.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Oh, speaking of pizza. Ooh. So then how did she really die? Is the question.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Alright. We can try to go up further.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay. They really want me to do the music box.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Did he actually just live in the bathroom or what?
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Wait, was he dead the whole time?
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Still can't go out front. I missed the whole front because I went to the side. Yeah, this time we just keep turning it instead of letting go. Is there an ear? No ear. Well, it's got the old pool table. All-purpose cleaners.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Makes sense. I can just feel the lockjaw from here. Must be a prototype for the slide.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
That was gonna be my thought. It's gonna be a secret passage, though. Yep.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Of course, it's a secret passage. Everything's a secret passage. I can't. Oh.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Apparently. Ooh. Extra crispy Alvin O's. A lot of pea soup.
If there's a pattern in all these stories.
Jiggly Farms. Okay. Tasty beans. From Benny Blue. They're crazy good. Crazy good.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
This dude just made his own freaking bunker.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive the week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Oh, there we go. The
Having a
swirled
schedule,
mouse.
living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
That falls off every time. We're gonna have more canned peaches. Life is
Even a monster
good.
on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped.
Gonna shake off, huh?
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Are we done with the peaches? Guess we're out of peaches. More books. More jam.
I know it's out there somewhere.
Oh, look at this. Tomato ketchup.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly.
Yeah, for them we don't actually know what actually killed them.
And Calvin.
I mean, Calvin flew off the swing, but don't actually know how anyone else died. Sweetie Crisps. Just so great. Oh god, is this like the... like the garbage pit?
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Millions of peaches. Peaches for me, let's go. We're gonna go to the country. Get ourselves some peaches. I'm gonna go back this way. So there's apparently a train here. Going this way. Nope. This is as fast as I can walk.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
And
I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month.
And then he...
or a single week.
Then he dies to an infected
I'd be
toenail.
happy with one new day. can already imagine the sun on my face.
That was the shaking. The train was going by.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
So that was the shaking at the same time every day was that train going by. And he didn't know it was there. Well, there we go. We know how he died.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Nice fake window down here. So I guess he was like trying to survive the curse, I guess. So he built this bunker to stay down here and survive the family curse, and he did survive the family curse until he left. So that's like the worst irony right there is he survived it right up until he left.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
What? Hit by a train?
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Oh, I wonder if these sweetie crisps are still any good.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Oh, pork chunkies.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
I wonder if that's what happened to my
Now that
brother.
there's only one of us left. Or maybe 2. I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Wait, where did this train... Oh, it like went around the mountain. I was like, well, there's your problem. Those damn ocean trains just barreling through like that.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Well, I mean, pick your poison. Okay. Now I'm gonna call something out right here and now. I've used these things before. They left when she was real young. Ain't no way these things still work, alright? These things last 2 years tops before they completely burn out and are non-functional. Somebody is coming by and replacing those things.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Seriously.
And the history you're a part of.
Are we just gonna go ahead and walk straight out into the water and just be done with it? Alright. What? She's got such a small gate.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Nice. Just gonna guess this like fell off the house or something. Probably wouldn't be on the,
And when you look at the house, had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even the Winchester house is a little less, eccentric. Gary's potty mix. Well, there's the swing. It's still end over end. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, he didn't make it. No way he made that. He did not clear the beach.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Very optimistic one, I'd say. Pragmatic, maybe? Look at this, just skirting the end there.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
I'm trying to come up with a response to what she said. Saying how the pet cemetery made her more uneasy than the human one, and I'm just... I feel like I got a million options on that one right there.
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Which 2? Daisy, Lucy, Charlie. Oh yeah, here's all the birds. Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, and Derpy Jr. Like the Derpy Jr. Coco, Zoe, Tucker. Oh, there's Bob. Bob the Snake. Christopher, Shadow. Oliver, Shotzi, Bailey, another one.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Johnny Finch. Calvin Finch. So he died at, yeah, he died at 11. He was the one that went off the swing. She died at 10 for reasons we're not quite sure. I mean, according to her words, she died of a monster under the bed, but maybe it was fever or something. 'Cause she did seem like she was hallucinating a lot. Sven and Edie Finch. Walter. Barbara. They're coming to get you, Barbara. It's a nice view, though. That's gotta be hard to bury someone like this, because I'm imagining the graves are going whoop like this, right? Unless they're just memorial stones. 'Cause there's no way you're fitting bodies in here.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Oh yeah, the Odin monument.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Oh, is that the old house? Oh, that's the old house. The original. I guess that's like depicting he went down with his house. Focus. Can I get some focus, please? Gotta zoom
Edie
in.
said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Oh, spooky. It's a bit eerie, actually. Yeah, no one's died after the train. We like found the graveyard and everything.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gregory, Gus Finch, Sam Finch.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
So wait, Lewis Finch was 88. Was born in 88, so he wasn't that old.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
God, he's buried in the walls. So the curse is all on the male side? Well, I mean, a lot of the females died too. There were a lot of males though.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Guess we get to check out the treehouse. Seems like a good idea when you're a family with a curse to go in a rickety old treehouse.
Looking back on it now,
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm really impressed that on a potentially windy shore, those plates have never moved.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
What? Oh God. Oh, that's why I can't see my feet. I just thought she was a little bit chubby, and I kind of respected that. Oh, Lord. Well. Alright. Sure. That's a hell of a story detail.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Yeah, they were alive at the time.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Apparently he was shooting more than just photos. Unless he was shooting photographers. No, pick it back up. What are you doing? Kind of looks like,
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Snacker Stacker's chocolate malt pudding.
What? It's too early, Dad.
I gotcha.
Hey.
Ooh, got you again. Oh. Oh. What you reading? Oh.
Perfect.
I had to actually take a photo.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, smile, Dawn.
Did you want to get a picture of me or what?
Not really. Small car.
Come on already.
Look, nice truck. Perfect.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
Absolutely.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
I tried.
You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be the rest of the stream, me just dicking around with this camera.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Yeah. 50 shots of this coffee pot.
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Uh-huh.
We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Where are you?
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
Where? You get that tree. Oh. Almost ready. You ready to take the shot? Be ready. At any moment, I'm gonna... Oh, gotcha.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything.
Kill it.
If you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Yeah, that thing's gonna eat your whole family.
Great shot, Dawn.
Nice perfect selfie there.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Here, selfie time with your traumatized daughter. Perfect.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Well, there's how he went.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Kind of looks like Stan Lee almost. Almost.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
So he was in the military. So he was in the military, but the curse never took him while he was in the military. It only took him on a hunting trip. Okay. Airline ticket. What's impressive is that baby alone took down that deer. Gummed that fucker to death. Didn't mean to go back out. Just turned around.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Finch control. I mean, you'd start to think with a family, being a family with a curse behind it, creating a house where you could just die in any corridor doesn't seem like, you know... Well, this just seems sad. 76 to 77. Literally, the kid lasted 1 year. Divorce contract. A lawsuit has been filed against you. 20 calendar days.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
They just drown in the bathtub.
Bath time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
He died in the fucking bathtub, didn't he?
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Oh, I'm controlling the frog.
You reminded me so much of Calvin.
Oh my god. It's Swan Lake.
Lost in his imagination.
The person that made this game had some imagination. Really? Sure, what I'm supposed to be doing? Oh, click the mouse, of course. Oh.
Whatever it was, he saw.
I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna trip the faucet, and it's gonna turn the water on, and the kid's gonna fucking drown in the tub. We know this is... This is exactly what's gonna happen. I think I see what I do.
It sure made him happy.
Flip the whale, I see. This is so weird.
I know how silly it sounds.
Well, we got the boat.
I'm worried about a baby being too happy.
Bubble bath.
But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Yep.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Yep.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Kinda was. You left a kid unattended in a bathtub.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Well.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
I'm controlling the kite.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Dive bomb them. The totem's still up. Oh. The totem falls.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Okay. Whoops. Sorry about that.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
We got everyone.
Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh, I'm coming in. yeah, the totem fell on him, didn't it?
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Or maybe not.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Ugh, dodged a bullet on that one. Raise flag, breakfast, quiet time. Sweep, trash, Gus, mow yard. Greg, be a baby. Ugh. It's always the hardest one. Oh. Yeah.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
I'm sure 22 pregnant.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
22 months pregnant. Months. Weeks. Damn, 22 months. She's a fucking elephant. Yeah, that... he drowned in his baby duties, quite literally.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
What the shit? Was that blood just splattered all over the kid? After the thrill of the kill?
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh, nice. 100 ways to teach critical thinking. Wedding presents.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Oh god, we're going up to like the next levels.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Was that an Apple computer? Don't know, actually.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
See these little moats floating around.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Yeah, considering nobody reuses rooms in this house, so they just have to build new rooms. And this one's just scary.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Great job. So I'm guessing, yeah, they were probably homeschooled. Or family history, fact or fiction. Just read that. Rating's a hoot. They even had like a class pet.
But it didn't last.
Edith Finch. Myth. The curse. History. Classification of living things. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, variety. Teach and learn. Dawn Finch. 7 ways to create fulfilling classroom. Oh god. Relief efforts end in disaster. Guessing that's how Sanjay died. Oh. Scientific method. Observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, and conclusion. As you say, it looks kind of fucked up because I don't think it's entirely a photograph. Like, I think there's definitely some Photoshop going on because for some reason her glasses don't look like her eyes. Maybe it is a photograph, I don't know.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Just bolted that fucker to the roof of the house, huh?
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
No death on it. Big fan of Burger King. I can get behind that, though. Oh, it still goes up higher. Look at that. Can I go higher? Or do I guess we'll go ahead and look in here. I want to go up there, though. Did he make these models, or did Mom help? 'Cause I think Mom was like the architect. Of course, the whole family seemed to be a bit of an architect. Then again, if this
I
is...
think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, it's gonna be a flip book. Maybe that's how he disappeared.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
So we're still missing... We're actually still missing Edie. And Sven. Sanjay. And Lewis. 17, actually you're right, 17 and pregnant, because she... Well, no, she inherited the house at 17, but is she 17 now? She is wearing a ring around her neck. Don't know, actually. She may or may not be 17 now. But yeah, it
Mom
did.
spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Did say 17 when she inherited the house.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Probably Milton.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
These builds are getting a bit ramshackle here.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Seems like there... Was that a hookah in there? Hang on. Oh, you still got a hookah in there. Oh, you gotta get in there. It's fucking living it up in there. Seriously, I worry for the structural integrity of this house.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Oh, wait. Oh, because Lewis was... No, don't go back outside. What are you doing? I just turned around. I didn't even hit forward. All I did was literally just turn around. So I guess, yeah, Lewis would have had either, I would guess, Hindu. Indian of some sort. So I guess he would have had that heritage into him. So yeah, I guess... He's even got a game controller.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
And if you die in games, you die in real life. Oh. Are those buds? Oh, yeah. We got a yoga ball up here.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh.
He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
Gonna lose a fucking hand, isn't he? Can't...
wander.
Oh, I'm controlling that.
I asked him to describe it.
Oh, this is gonna be tricky.
He said he started small.
Because now I'm controlling.
Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats.
I'm literally doing this two hands.
And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Ugh, shit.
He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
This is literally like living in my own head. I'm playing 2 games at once
But
right
he found
now.
something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Come on, Pepper.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
I blinked for a moment.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
This is so inside my head.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Nice.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
This is so weird.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
It's just the fact that I'm playing 2 things at once right now, so
New Louisville.
I'm paying attention to myself, you know, playing this part over here,
St. Louis,
while I'm also paying attention to myself cutting these fish
He
heads.
started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
You can pick.
handsome queen.
I like how they let you pick.
The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows.
radiant rainbows.
Come on, give me more fish. Faster than this. I can do this faster. I've got this. Oops.
He followed the sound of her
Electric sitar? Or
electric sitar.
ah, missed one. Eh.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Good place
Even
to keep
then,
a palace.
his logic remained sound.
Give me more fish. Come on. I can do this.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Here we go. Come on. Okay, maybe that's too many fish. Might be a few too many fish. Alright, no, I got this.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him.
Are you gonna do some running?
The real
Okay, Rick.
Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
That was cool. I like that because, like I say, it was dividing my attention, so I was still, you know, cutting the fish heads, actively doing that, watching myself do that, and at the same time I'm playing this other game on the side. You could see a couple times where my brain would lose attention on one of them. Oh, you've got a game system. Huh. Whew. I'm sitting up too much. My shoulder's hurting.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
As somebody that's worked in a factory before, I can definitely relate to this. You just fucking go off in your own little
He began
world.
to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Finch. Oh, he's not even... Come on, I was doing better than that. What the shit? Yeah, I worked in a factory, and yeah, you just click off after a while. I mean, I didn't work on any kind of conveyor belts and stuff like that. I mean, I actually had, like, whole assemblies to do, but still, once you get good enough at it, you can just click off.
I still thought I could save him.
Oh god, he went out the...
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Oh, you guys all came. Thank you so much. Except you. What are you doing here? I told you not to come here. You. How's your sister?
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting me.
Ah, yes. Well, his advice was pretty solid. I did push the glass off the table, and it did turn out to be a very cathartic experience.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
That's mine.
There was only one thing left to do.
Eat a fish. Oh, we're...
Bend down his head.
Oh, no. He stuck his head in the fish cutter, didn't he? He fucking did. He stuck his head in the fish cutter. Oh, Lord. Well, crown me.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
How did he even get his head in there? It wasn't that big.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him. On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Yeah, Edie, I guess, hadn't died yet.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
It's impressive how you got a fridge up here. But they left suddenly, though. So it's like they started packing and then I guess just didn't?
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Well, there we go.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Wait. Now, Edie, hang on. Edie is her name. Her full name is Edith, but we're also named Edith. So, which Edith are we discussing? Is this the me Edith?
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Am I dead? We're sixth sensing this, aren't we? I'm dead, aren't I? 22 weeks pregnant, and I'm dead. No? Maybe not. Guess I'm writing my end now?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are
Edith,
very
I
specific.
left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our
I'm
last...
not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
She died that night. From the alcohol and the meds, I guess.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Yeah, she ain't gonna be there in the morning. Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, we can go to the old house. But I'm gonna go this way because I'm an asshole. Oh, the game has already detected some assholery. I can't go up those stairs.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Wait, that means tidal wave.
God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
The tide goes out that far and there was an earthquake. There's a tidal wave.
I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Yeah, you definitely have a tsunami on your hands.
I turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Yep, didn't know about beds.
When I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
Mom's gonna rip it.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Which gone?
After that, we moved around a lot.
I'm gonna guess the meds and the wine.
We both tried to make the best of it.
Oh, I can move my hand.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. the last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Your kid.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Oh no. What are we doing? What are we doing?
This journal was supposed to be for you.
What? No. No, we don't.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh, shit. Aw. Well, that was a very interesting story. So look, I get the idea that basically the whole family at least assumes it's been under a curse. You know, they all died in some way. They're also a very eccentric family as well. But yeah, just some kind of... They weren't really sure if it was a curse, but it just seemed like even if they tried to avoid it, it still kind of came for them. Though, admittedly, Edie was the longest surviving family member. I mean, she made it to 90 years old. She seems like the one that actually survived the curse. I mean, if anything, yeah, she's the one that survived it. She made it 90 plus years. And even then, it seems like she died under her own power. But then again, Edie was always the one that said, you know, don't run from it. But then Edith wasn't really running from it either, so... Dunno. She was the only one that died by her own means. Yeah, pretty much. She really was. Out of the whole family, she died by her own way. Then again, I suppose Calvin did too, because he was the one that went off the swing, right? I suppose technically he went his own way. Yeah, I don't think he wanted to die at the end of the swing. Yeah, that's true. I don't think he was intending to die. It just... It's definitely an interesting way to tell the narrative as well. I really wasn't sure what to expect at all. I like that each story kind of had its own... like, little way of playing it. The end. Replay a story option now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. We didn't... Wasn't there a couple we... Okay, yeah, we know how Edie died. So she got fixed in, and Dawn... Yeah, Dawn was her mother, so... Yeah, we did end up hearing about everyone in the end. And then there was just the off family, Sanjay and Sven. Okay. But yeah, all the different ways to play was really nice. So. Alright, well. That is What Remains of Edith Finch. I kind of wonder what happened to her, though. Only because, did she die in childbirth? Or did she just die later? Because, I mean, the kid was definitely older when you returned to the house, but at the same time... Yeah, I'm just wondering, did she die in childbirth? Alright. There we go.